You are listening to the Outlaw Podcast with me, your host, Andrea Hall. I am a certified equine gestalt coach, speaker, 3-time author, and lawyer. I help women lawyers who are miserable in their career, struggling with mental and emotional health issues, wanting to have fun in their lives, and struggling to be selfish. After fulfilling my dream of being a criminal defense attorney and opening my own law practice right out of law school, I thought I had it all. While at the height of my career, my 18-month-old puppy died, and I thought, what am I killing myself for? Sometime later, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and my world turned upside down. It was in that moment I realized something had to change. This podcast is about sharing my journey with you about what is possible in your life outside the legal profession, stopping the adulting and being able to play as a child, inspiring you to dream again. Let the journey begin. Welcome back to another episode of Outlaw. I'm your host, Andrea Hall. And so it is. So this week I had my monthly coaching call with my coach, and I really love having a coach. For me, it is so supportive. It helps me see things that I wouldn't otherwise see because of my blinders and my thought process. And most importantly, it's the ahas that I have either during the call or after the call. And this call was no different. I had really a huge epiphany, and this is why I'm sharing this information today with you on this podcast. So as you know, if you've been following me and listening to any of my podcasts, especially since January, I have been on a journey of really deep self-reflection for the past 30 days, and I committed to the first 100 days of the year to really focus on me and this deep self-reflection, and I still have 70 more days to go, and I'm super, super excited about it just because of where I've come in the last 30 days. And so for me, during this call and during this last 30 plus days, it's been very moving, and so much has come up for me during this time frame. The things that have come up during this process of deep reflection for me, both mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, have been things like jealousy, which I don't even recall when the last time I was really jealous. It had to have been way back when I was a child. It's not an emotion that I typically have experienced in my adulthood. The word lazy has come up so much for me over these last 30 days. And part of that is because I'm a mover and a shaker, and I get things done. And so during this process of being still, it has really bubbled up to the surface a lot, this word lazy. And I have found myself just really wanting to nest, sitting on the couch, reading a book, having a glass of tea, watching a movie, just staring out the window, being with my dogs, not having a full agenda or every minute of every day filled. And there has been no sense of urgency which again is not normal for me. What my normal pattern was is that I would have every day on my calendar filled and a to-do list, and I would constantly be going until it was time to fall into bed at the end of the night, and I would get up and do it all over again. And so for me, this process has really been about getting quiet and listening to what's been wanting to come through and what information I've been needing to receive in order to move forward with whatever it is that I'm supposed to be doing in this lifetime on this next journey. And I don't know if any of you can relate to some of the things that I talked about, like being jealous and the word lazy and just not having this urge to continue to push through. And what this means for me is that I don't have to be prepared and be ready. And I don't know that I would have gotten to this place if I hadn't been sick for 8 weeks prior to the beginning of January. I honestly think that that was mentally and physically preparing me to step into this journey. It allowed my body to slow down and my mind to be somewhat relaxed. Even though it was forced, it allowed me to be in that space for like 8 weeks. And I don't know, again, if I would have moved to this commitment had I not already been in that somewhat of a subdued space for the prior 8 weeks. And so what my big aha was with my coach is that, I think I've said this on some other podcasts, and if not, this is a conversation I've definitely had with my coach and with my dear friends, is that I truly have been struggling for the last 8 years. So there have been moments of happiness, don't get me wrong, yet for the most part, it's been this really roller coaster, right? This up and this down. I could be happy for a while, yet there was always this underlying unhappiness, desire, something else I wanted. And for me, this all started when my puppy Bella died. And I've said to my coach, I know what the moment was. I know when the wheels fell off the bus, yet I don't know what the lesson is or what is going to make me happy. And when we were talking this time during the call, all of a sudden it came to me and it was like, I'm not happy because I want something and I want it so desperately bad. And until I get that, I don't know that I'm going to truly be happy. And so there then reflected the jealousy and the hurt, as well as the struggle in my business and my career and why I wasn't happy in my law practice. Because for the first time I was faced with, after Bella's death, I didn't have the things I so desperately wanted in my life. And my mom said to me prior to this call with my coach, maybe you're not focusing on the right thing. As I've stated in other podcasts, it felt like I was putting a square peg in a round hole. And, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And that's what I felt like I've been doing. I feel like I've been on this roller coaster, just doing the same thing and not getting different results. And so when my mom said that to me, I didn't go to my normal, get mad, get frustrated, you don't know what you're talking about. It really made me take a step back and rethink about what she said. And I said this to my coach on the phone. My mom, made the comment of, maybe you're not focusing on the right thing. And this too then led to the conversation of, yes, what is it that I truly want? And why am I not happy? And what should I be focusing on? And so after I got off the call with her, I immediately started journaling and was hoping that, more information would be downloaded in that process. And it definitely was. So now it's, where is this taking me? Now that I have this newfound information and this aha moment that I had. Now I am more determined than I was before to stay the course of self-reflection and peace. And this is definitely unfamiliar, uncharted territory for me. This is definitely a road less traveled, and yet I'm getting nuggets that keep me coming back for more. And I will continue to honor that and continue to stay in this place, because at this point in time, this space is what is actually bringing me true joy and pleasure. So my question to you is, what will you do to honor who you are and where you're going? And what is the one thing you can do today or this week to support your journey with personal growth and personal development? Share with me in the comments below. And if this is something that you can resonate with, I would love to have a call with you. I offer free Moment of Truth sessions, and you can get registered with me on my calendar by sending me a message or calling me at 970-682-4405. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Outlaw. Thanks for tuning into another episode of Outlaw. There is life after litigation. If anything I said in this episode resonates with you, call for a free exploratory session to see how I can help you. My horses will give you instantaneous feedback, unlike traditional talk therapy. You will shift your awareness into real time with the help of a horse. The horses are like lie detectors, flushing out limiting beliefs with a swish of their tail, a shift of their 1,200-pound body, or a simple unwillingness to move. Horses have a way of seeing into the window of our souls. Horses have been connected to humanity since the dawn of time. Their hearts can heal and mend our broken hearts. Simply standing in their presence can change our lives forever, putting the puzzle pieces back together and returning us to wholeness. Horses are restoring the parts of us that have been missing. You can call us at 970-682-4405 to set up your appointment today. Want to be inspired daily? See about our latest events or purchase a copy of my books? Go to our website at www.witherswhisper.com. That's www.witherswhisper.com. Or you can follow us on any social media venue at Withers Whisper. Until the next episode, listen to the whispers.